What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into another edition of MVP Games Live right here on twitch.tv/MVP-vids. I am joined, as I always am, with my beautiful co-host, Soapy Muffin.
Hi.
And Soapy, we have a jam-packed show today, but before we get into housekeeping and everything, I've got a special announcement to start out the video. To start out today's show, I have a special announcement, and I don't care what anyone's gonna say. Is earlier today, I was on Twitter, and I saw a video for G4 TV, and I was like, "Holy shit, G4 TV's finally back!" Because we heard about it, and then we didn't hear nothing since. And it was basically a video of Adam basically doing like a Crazy Adams thing, where it's like, we're looking for the next host of G4 TV. And they basically put out in a Reddit post their blueprints, where you can basically use their hashtag and submit someone. He's like, it could be an actor, it could be a wrestler. And right there I was like, all right, they're thinking of Xavier Woods. Like right there I was like, Xavier Woods is on the docket. But Soapy, there's another interesting thing. And I'm going to read this straight from the Reddit post. Soapy, are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Sure.
If you're a fan of someone who'd be great, that's fine. But there's a part that says, if you think you'd be great as a G4 host, it's easy. And look at that. You've already in the right place. Just put yourself on camera doing something great. 2 minutes or less, please. I'm just going to use the beginning of this because that's all you need to see is just us doing the show, me doing the show. Upload your audition to Twitter, Instagram, or Reddit. Tag it with the hashtag G4 needs talent. You can also email a link of your audition tape to crazyadam@g4tv.com. So Soapy, I'm going to take a part of this video from right now, and I am basically saying I am throwing my name into the G4 ring. Am I going to get the G4 host? No, I know I'm not. But I need your help. All of you watching right now, I need you guys to tweet out. If you could tweet out my name with the hashtag G4 needs talent. I didn't know I could throw out my name there, but Soapy, I'm taking my shot. I'm aiming at the target. I'm shooting my shot. I'm going to take a part of this show, kind of put it in there, and say, hey, I want to be a host on G4. Throwing it out there, making it official. So please, guys, help me out. Put my name down. Hashtag G4 needs talent. We need to make this possible. Soapy, what are your thoughts on this? Because I know you've got something.
I mean, hey, dude, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You may miss this one, but
Soapy already has zero confidence in me.
Well, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be surprised if I have zero fucking confidence.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I am taking a shot that is a million, like, it's 1 in a million that I get this. Because I get it. Xavier Woods is doing great things. I get it. Xavier Woods, former up, down, down champion, right? He held the belt, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, couldn't remember if he had held the belt before. I basically have just got into up, down, down because of soaps. But I get it. But I'm putting my name out there. I need your help for that. But let's get into everything we got today before we do a little bit of housekeeping. And that comes down to, number one, join the Discord. Discord is in the description, in the link down below. Or you can go and put !Discord like Philly Sean just did. Get in on that Discord like Soapy said for Sports Live. Get on that shit. Because it's a great time. It's a great time to talk about everything that we love. Movies, TV, gaming, sports, everything under the sun when it comes to MVP. Also, patreon.com/MVP-vids. It's how you help support the channel and interact with the show. And thank you to our patron sponsors, Pat Hill and Philly Sean. And then last but not least, we record the show live on Twitch every Monday through Friday. But then we're also on MVP Entertainment on the YouTube. So that's the housekeeping that we've got today. And we've got a jam-packed, well, I shouldn't say jam-packed show. We've got a good show today.
I was gonna say jam pack's a very loose term for we don't have a lot of topics again.
I'm totally used to saying jam pack show, but yeah, kind of a slower news day today. But it's not all Nintendo. It's not all something that Soapy's like, man, I really don't like Nintendo, and I just realized that I don't like Nintendo. But first thing we're talking about, Soaps, is NBA 2K came out with their ratings for NBA 2K21. Obviously, it's happy 2K day for all of the 2Kers out there. My own personal opinion is, I'm going to be completely honest, you're basically paying for NBA 20 right now, because there's even people saying like, oh, Jim Boylan's still the head coach of the Bulls and Brett Brown is still head coach of the 76ers. I get that. There's no new coach to replace them with. There was one funny thing where they put Mike Woodson, but had the assistant coach picture under Mike Woodson, not actually Mike Woodson himself. So that was kind of like an oof for 2K. But Soapy, we've got the ratings. They are official, initial ratings. And here's what the top 10 reads. LeBron James is number 1, tied with Giannis at 97. Number 3, tied at 3, is Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Then tied for 5 at 95, Kevin Durant, AD, Steph Curry. Luka and Dame tied at 94 for 8 and 9. And then Joel Embiid at 10 at a 91. We're just going to give our general reactions to this, but what are your thoughts, your preliminary thoughts on the ratings for NBA 2K21?
I'm happy as fuck. Luka's really high overall. AKA because this playoffs at least showed that Luka deserves to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was kind of surprised Embiid was that high, and then I realized that they also massively disrespected my boy Jokic. So,
Jokic is only one below him. Only one below him.
Yeah, but they also, if you look at the actual overalls, like they put them in order of like who technically has the higher stats. The same overall total is that, but they have Towns as a better player than Jokic, and that's an oof. That's a fucking massive oof.
Well, the thing that goes into that rating is, I'm looking at it, where you've got Embiid's dunk rating is an 80, Jokic is a 70. So right there, I mean, that's why Embiid has 1 full point over Jokic, is because he can dunk the ball. His dunk rating's green, Soapy, where Jokic, it's only yellow. Green better than yellow, right?
How about you make Jokic's 3 fucking green? Like it is in real life. That man's a goddamn sniper. Like
what kind of disrespect to say your 3's a 79. One more you would have been green, but no, we're gonna make it yellow at a 79.
The fact, like, see, I'm gonna point this out. As much as I know, a lot of people like Embiid. Mm-hmm. Embiid's not anywhere near as good of a shooter as Jokic. He's 1 overall in 3-point or less.
Yeah.
That's some horse shit.
See,
call this shit a farm. That's some cow shit right there. That's manure.
So here's the one that I have a bigger problem with, and maybe I shouldn't, but like, basically, Karl Anthony Towns, does he deserve to be a 90?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's the 3rd best center in the NBA. He's good.
I mean, I looked at it and I was like,
except knowing 2K, they definitely made his defense a lot better than it was supposed to be.
It's like, is Cat really in the same argument as Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid? Or
they should have had, like, I think if they were going to do anything, I think Cat should have been 89.
Mm-hmm. I mean, good point.
Yeah. Like, I would have made him at 89. It's just because, like, he's not, like, Cat's in the conversation in, like, a weird way. Of where it's like, oh, you can mention Cat, but it's I don't know. 2K annoys me. Also, can I point out, I will fully appreciate on this list, the players who were in the bubble have a little Mickey Mouse picture with them.
Yes,
that's the thing I appreciate the most about it.
Yeah, no, they even put on there, they're like, the ones with the Mickey Mouse pictures are players that are still in the bubble. Is there another player that you're like, I don't know either why they're this high or why they're this low?
I brought this up before we started that they have this is a take I want to say I can get behind, but my brain also tells me there's no fucking way in hell I should be behind it. They have Trae Young as an 88 and Ben Simmons as an 87. So just remember, Sixers fans, Trae Young is better than Ben Simmons.
He is, though. Like, proven. Facts. FACTS exclamation. Facts. How is he not? How is he not? Do you think, like, are you on the side that they're right or wrong, Soapy?
Like I said, as much as I want to be on the Trae Young side, my brain is telling me Ben Simmons is better than Trae Young.
I mean, it's kind of tomato here because I'm just going to go into something. With Trae Young, his 3 is a 90, which, all right, it should be. And with Ben Simmons, his 3 is a 47. Shoot more threes, you'll be rated higher than Trae Young. Like, get shit on, kid. That's basically where I'm at there.
I think it's also Ben Simmons has like way higher fucking defense.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that should happen. He should have higher defense than Trae Young. But you want to be higher than Trae Young right now, and you have a 47 3-point shot? Like, the only other person in the top 100 that has a 3-point shot anywhere near that, Russ has 60. Rudy Gobert has 25, but guess what? He's a center. I don't expect him to shoot threes. Bam Adebayo has 56 for 3. Andre Drummond 60, yet again a center. Sabonis at 64.
Do I love that? Like, okay,
DeAndre Ayton has a 60.
Dude, like, I can't get over the fact that fucking Drummond has a higher 3-point rating than Bam.
Yep. Well, and higher than Ben Simmons even, too. I get Ben Simmons doesn't shoot them. That's what goes into the rating. But, like, when you're in company with centers, like 35-3, Nurkic, 39-3, Whiteside, 25, Capella, 40, Montrez, 26, Steven Adams, 32, Mitrob. Like, these are all centers. If Ben Simmons wants to be a center, then sure, go ahead. He should be rated higher. But, like, for the position he plays, like, come on, man, shoot some threes. Your rating will be higher. Like, I mean, I just don't get it. Like, this is not a league where defense matters. Kind of, but, like, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Well,
like,
I mean,
for being a guard forward, a 47-3 is not good.
It's also the fact Trae Young is like is statistically the worst fucking defender in the NBA. Like, we make fun of Cat for being a turnstile.
When does defense matter for point guards? Defense doesn't matter.
When you don't have someone who can also guard the best goddamn guard on the court.
Fucking Steph Curry has bad defense too, and he's the 7th best player.
Curry's not a bad defender.
Not a good defender.
He's okay, but he's not a fucking traffic cone.
Let's see. His
like fucking Trae Young is that, like, in the fucking, like, basically if you viewed basketball as like a fucking driving school, Trae Young's the traffic cone that gets ran over.
No.
Yes, I'm 100% sure that my fat ass could post up Trae Young and back him down.
I've got Curry, Young, and Ben open. So, like, with Steph Curry, here's how the fucking ratings play out. He's a 95 overall. His defense is a 67. His inside scoring's a 58. His outside scoring's a 95. His playmaking's a 92. His athleticism is an 83. His rebounding is a 54. All of that I'm like, I agree with. Then you have Trae Young. He's an 88 overall. Playmaking and outside shooting, he is right there with Steph Curry. Steph was 95 outside, 92 playmaking. Outside for Trae, 90, playmaking 91. Athleticism, he's about a couple ticks under. Instead of 83, he's a 79. So he's right there with Steph Curry. His inside scoring is 4 less than Steph. His defense is a 48. So yes, he is a lot worse at defense than Steph Curry. And his rebounding's a 44. Then we get to Ben Simmons. 86 inside scoring, 81 defense, 62 rebounding, 72 outside scoring, 83 playmaking, 88 athleticism. Like, I get it's more rounded. I'm not defending and I'm not arguing that Ben Simmons is not a more rounded player than Trae Young. But if you're going to have the crux of, well, his defense is rated higher, my then question to you will be, what's more important in the league today, shooting the 3-ball or defending?
Well, one, it's like I would say 3, but even at that, it also goes into the fact of if you can't fucking stop the other player from hitting a 3 back, like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see a fucking shootout between Steph and Trae. I'd love to see that, but I'd also rather the fact that, one, 2K definitely fucking undervalued Ben Simmons' defense. You know, let's not act like that man shouldn't have a 90 in defense, because Ben Simmons is arguably one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Well, the thing that, and this is my point, the thing killing Ben Simmons' rating is his outside shooting, because breaking that down, 72 outside scoring, 80 on a close shot, 46 on a mid-range shot, 47 on a three-point shot. Like, basically, unless I'm right next to the rim, man, there's a chance I'm probably going to miss that shot with Ben Simmons. His free throw is even a 63. Nobody's guarding you and it's a 63. Like, that's not good. That is not good. Like, I think if you're basically sub 50 in mid-range and 3 and you're below a 75 in free throw, you don't deserve to be a 90. Like, can we agree on that? Take the Trae Young comparison, throw it away. Like, if you can't shoot, unless you're a center, and I don't expect, like, that's the thing with Ben Simmons, though, is his position. If he was a center, this wouldn't even fucking matter, because I wouldn't expect him to shoot a 3. But, like, if you're going to be a guard, and here's what I don't get. He can't shoot a 3, he can't shoot a mid-range shot, but his shot IQ is a 98.
Well, yeah, because shot IQ also goes into layup.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So, like,
and that's the thing. It's Ben Simmons is a million times better of a finisher than both of them combined.
Yeah, I think like I said, the bigger stab at Ben Simmons is, you know how we talk about his passing and how great like his passing is? Do you want to know what do you want to know what his passing is?
I think it's like overall, I'd probably say it's probably like a 81, I think.
So his pass IQ is an 89. You're spot on there. His pass accuracy is a 75.
Ooh.
And his passing vision is a 79. I think I found out where we lost that point, Soapy. I think we found out where Ben Simmons might have deserved a little bit more credit.
Yeah, just a little bit, you know, also with the fact that, like, once again, like I said, he got fucking Defensive Player of the Year voting. He shouldn't be like a fucking 82 defense total. Like, it's the same thing over it's Marcus Smart should also be one of the best defenders in the game, but he never is, because 2K has just fucking drinks lead when it comes to fucking giving people fucking ratings. Let's move past this, because I already know, I mean, you don't like Ben Simmons.
I'm not going to budge off of it. It's Trae Young's the man. He's good.
Oh my fucking God, no,
Get shit on, kids.
No.
Ben Simmons ain't that good. He ain't as good as y'all think he is. Who's another player you want to look at, or another one you're like, how are they too low or too high?
Why the fuck is Zion a 86?
Because he's a cover athlete, bro.
I don't give a single fuck. Kyrie was a cover athlete and he wasn't even like top 15.
Because you want to know what Zion's dunk is, right?
Yeah, it's like a fucking 97.
It's a 97. So his overall is 86. Inside shooting 82. Outside scoring 76. His athleticism's an 87. Playmaking a 68. Rebounding 77. Defense is a 62. I'm trying to see.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, his
like honestly, in my opinion, he should have been the same overall as Ja.
What was Ja at? Uh-oh, did Soapy cut out? Did I cut out? No, wasn't me. Wasn't me. But, like, just while we wait for Soapy to come back in, looking at it though, like I don't dislike the overall maybe is slighted by the inside scoring and the athleticism because he's got an 87 athleticism and a 82 inside scoring, but like his defense is a 62, like his block at a 60. I don't know if I would put it that low. His outside scoring, I agree with, like 76. He's got room to improve. Intangible 76. Don't know if I disagree there, but like he's got a potential of a 96. So just think about it. He's a 86, and with all the potential that he has, he can grow to a 96 in your game. It's just fucking insane to me how good that he will be. Trying to figure out where Soaps went.
It's my internet's being really dumb.
That's what I thought. Okay, there you are, buddy. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about Zion for a little bit, but then I was like, man, I don't really have enough to say about Zion because I don't hate the rating. Because like I said, I was looking at everything and it's like I don't disagree with most of their ratings except for maybe that his block is only a 60. Maybe I'd bump that up a little bit, but like I don't disagree with much when it comes to Zion.
Yeah, it's just one of those things of where it's like I just it's always been a thing with me of where it's like, okay, like yes, like I said, and obviously you didn't hear me because that's when I disconnected. It was if Zion played the whole year, he would have won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he would.
No one's gonna argue that, but I don't think he should be a higher overall than Ja, and it's just because Ja won the fucking award.
Yeah,
like obviously you know there's exceptions to that, like when Brogdon won it, but we all knew Embiid was better.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm excited for, and this is if I get 2K, because I know I'm not getting it yet because I'm just getting 2K20, but with a new skin, is basically Wendell Carter Jr. I'm not mad at the 79 rating, Soapy, but you know what I'm really excited about? If you do everything right with him, he can grow to an 86 in the game. That's his potential. Nice. 86. So, like, for me, it's like, I love seeing that because, like, yes, he's outside of 80. He's at the bottom of the top 100. But, like, the Bulls, we got 2 in the top 100, baby. We got Zach LaVine and Wendell Carter Jr. Book it. Book it, baby.
Man, look at that. I mean, I think Lowry may be somewhere in there. I don't know.
He is.
Also, can I just point out, there's 2 things that I want to point out. One, TJ Warren is way too fucking high. Mm-hmm. Like, holy 80 fucking 5. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that man became the second coming of MJ in the bubble, but like 80 fucking 5.
The second coming of MJ.
Like, he literally was just MJ, but better. You know, like I'm just saying, dude. If the GOAT tier list went, it literally was TJ Warren's feet, LeBron, Jordan. That's what it would have gone was. So it's just too easy.
I want to play a little game here to end this before we move on. Your favorite team is the Pistons.
Yeah.
I want to see if Soapy can guess the rating, or what rating would you put, and see where it compares to your Detroit Pistons. Blake Griffin, what would his overall be in your mind?
I mean, I already know what his overall is in the game. It's 83.
Then you probably know Derrick Rose is also.
I think it's 81.
81. Christian Wood?
79.
Close. He's an 80. So you're just one below. The MVP, the one that is not going to the Phoenix Suns, Luke Kennard.
I'm going to say 2K is going to be putting mad disrespect on him and put a 78.
What would you say, though?
I'd say 79.
He's a 70.
Because I think him and Christian...
He's a 78.
Man, look at that. See, I'm just saying, dude, 2K needs to put some goddamn respect on my boy.
And then at number 5, John Henson.
Oh, fuck me, dude. That's our 5th best player?
Yes.
He's going to be like a 77 or a 76.
75.
Damn, dude. We really fucking hit rock bottom.
Seku's a 72. Svi Mikhailuk's a 72. Thon Maker's a 73.
Okay, wait. Hold up, wait just one second here. Does that mean they have Bruce Brown as like sub 70 at that point?
Bruce Brown is 74.
Okay. Whew, I was about to say, I'm like, all right, listen, I understand Bruce Brown, may just, he's he's and everything, but come on, man, not a fucking...
Your sub 70 players are Justin Patton and Jordan Bone at 69. Nice. And then
Nice.
Kyrie Thomas and Lewis King at 68.
Damn. I'm just saying, dude, Lewis King doesn't deserve that.
Whereas I'm looking at my Bulls, and my Bulls top fives are Zach at 85, Lowry at 80, Wendell at 79, Otto Porter at 78, Kobe White at 77. And our lowest two, our only two sub-70s, Adam Makoka and Max Strus, are only sub-70s on the team. However, both the Bulls and the Pistons are both tier 3 teams when it comes to 2K and their scoring. But you guys let us know down below what you guys think. Any of the ratings we didn't talk about. Obviously, there's a ton of them to talk about. But, Soapy, we're going to move on into some game leak news as Ubisoft next Thursday. We're just under a week away from Ubisoft Forward. The last Ubisoft Forward we had Assassin's Creed Valhalla on it. Watch Dogs was on it. And there's already been some leaks about Thursday's presentation. The first one has to do with their game. It used to be called Gods and Monsters, but now it's called Immortals Phoenix Rising. It's from Andy Robinson at VGC. Ubisoft's Immortal Phoenix Rising, the game formerly known as Gods and Monsters, will release on December 3rd, according to a Microsoft Store listing. The Ubisoft is set to re-reveal the title during a Ubisoft Forward live stream next week. Immortals Phoenix Rising brings grand mythological adventure to life, the description reads. Play as Phoenix, a new winged demigod, on a quest to save the Greek gods. The fate of the world is at stake. You are the gods' last hope. Immortals features an open world across 7 unique regions inspired by the gods. The description continues, and gameplay has players wielding the power of the gods, like Achilles' sword, and Daedalus is wings to battle enemies and solve puzzles. Soapy, my thought is with this, and my question is with this, from what we've seen, because there's also images that were leaked from it, is this a game that you say, hey, I'm intrigued with this one?
Not really. It's in a weird state for me.
Mm-hmm.
Of where I'm interested because I always have liked in games when there's the mythological aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked that in games, but it's also kind of, I'm in that weird situation of like, I hear puzzles and my brain's like, ooh, puzzle bad. And I'm like, wait, fuck, I actually like playing Portal.
I mean, fuck it. What, Jedi Fallen Order had tons of puzzles, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never played Fallen Order, so
I remember Jake bitching about the puzzles in that game. Like, I don't know, my initial thought, and I don't know if I'm alone in this, is, so the original name was Gods and Monsters. The new one is Immortals Phoenix Rising. Is it just me, or does Immortals Phoenix Rising not seem like it fits a game with this kind of cartoony kind of style to it? Where, when maybe it's just me, but I hear Immortals Phoenix Rising and I think of a much darker, grittier game than what we're getting here with a like brighter, more cartoonish kind of a game compared to like Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. And honestly, whenever I first heard the name, it was, I don't know why, I was like, oh, I'm like, is this a Marvel game? Because they had the, I think it's the X-Men have like Dark Phoenix, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the first thing that popped in my head. Like, obviously, I'm not saying like that's going to be indicative of what the game is, but that was just the first thing that popped in my head, and I'm like, wow, and then I had to be like, all right, come on, brain, start working good, and it's like, me don't want to work good.
Me don't want to work good. Me no have good wrinkles today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, I can't wait. It's one of those things where the images, The game looks beautiful. I remember when we saw it, and I want to say was it a Ubisoft Forward? I think it was. The last Ubisoft Forward, when we saw it, I was like, okay, this looks like a game where I'm intrigued. They didn't show us a lot, though, with it. I hope they show us more at the Forward. Like, I want to see some gameplay. I hope it's an extended trailer and it's not just kind of like what we saw from Fable at the Xbox showcase. I hope it's not that. I hope it's more on the lines of, let me see how the game plays in the trailer. Let me see the story. Because right now I'm questioning why was the name change happening? Was it something where the story changed and this one fits the story more? Because usually when games change names, I don't know if it's just me, I get a little worried.
I don't get worried. I'm more or less just kind of just like, okay, like that's an interesting rebrand. Because like I almost wonder what makes them change it. Like obviously, like there may be something that comes out in the future about like why they changed it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. It's also whenever I hear like gods and monsters, it almost sounds like a Godzilla thing.
Okay. Or was it too
like,
bland? Like too generic?
Yeah, like it's like a weird mix of like it sounds like a completely different thing than what it actually is. Because doesn't Godzilla have something along the lines of like a name somewhat like that?
Not King of the Monsters.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah, I think it was King of the Monsters. Is what his was.
And like, yeah, because with that, it's kind of because like if the first thing I think of when I hear gods versus monsters, I'm just kind of like, okay, like that doesn't like, and then if that game popped up, I'd be like, that's not what I expected.
Yeah.
Like I would have expected like a different title.
I can't wait to see more from it though on Thursday. The other thing, Ubisoft Forward related, is this is also from VGA. This one from Tom Ivan. Ubisoft is reportedly planning to announce a Prince of Persia remake during its upcoming Ubisoft Forward event. The French publisher recently revealed plans to hold the second Ubisoft Forward game showcase on September 10th, promising new games and big news. Ubisoft said the digital event will feature Immortals Phoenix Rising, the game formerly known as Gods and Monsters, and speaking on the latest Triple Click podcast, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier claimed Ubisoft is planning to use the event to announce a bunch of games like the Prince of Persia remake that was leaked a couple weeks ago. Retailer Max.com.gt recently published and then pulled the listing for Prince of Persia remake for PlayStation 4 and Switch. The Prince of Persia series hasn't seen a full installment since 2010, The Forgotten Sands, and 2018 Ubisoft released a mobile spin-off, Escape, but otherwise the series has been suspended. But Assassin's Creed, a franchise with which itself started life as a Prince of Persia spin-off. In 2013, then Ubisoft Montreal CEO Yannis Malott said the franchise was paused. I'm not scared at all for Prince of Persia fans, he told IGN. We'll find something to entertain them within the future. Prince of Persia is a part of Ubisoft's profile. Soapy, is it enough for... Here's the thing, because I love the Prince of Persia games. I would love for them to... Like, if I got a remake of Prince of Persia, any of them, I would be happy, because it would almost be like... reliving my childhood. But like the question I kind of want to throw out there before we talk about like the remake and what that means is, do you think we'll ever get another new Prince of Persia story in a Prince of Persia game? Or is Ubisoft more like, nope, we're done with that chapter, we're now an Assassin's Creed company?
Well, I think it's one of those things of, wasn't Assassin's Creed basically made from a failed project of Prince of Persia?
I think so. I think that's what they mean by the spinoff.
Yeah, so, like, it's just, I don't know how to feel about it, because it's, because it's like, okay, I think Assassin's Creed, obviously, I didn't really, like, I wasn't playing, like, the Prince of Persia games, so I didn't play them, like, at their peak.
Yeah.
But, like, Assassin's Creed has basically eclipsed them at this point, that I feel it's kind of unnecessary to go back to it. of where it's more or less just keep running with the AC train and figure out like another title to do besides just going back to Prince of Persia, because then you may start getting the people who are like, okay, cool, it's basically gonna be going back to the same formula of a new Assassin's Creed game every year, but now this one has a different title slapped onto it.
Yeah, and I mean, Prince of Persia, the thing I love about it so much is because they had several games to it. The very first one was, what was this, 2003, with Prince of Persia Sands of Time. And I remember playing it the first time and being like blown away at the aspect. Just to me, the easiest thing that blew me away was it was the first game that used wall running as like a actual like core movement for a game. So I'm like, this is cool. Then they like later, it also had like the, oh, I fucked up. Ooh, let me backtrack. Let me use my sand to backtrack so that I can get past this. Like it was like a playing with time kind of thing. You also have Warrior Within, which was PlayStation 3 genre. That was in what year? 2004. So the next year after that, we also had, let's see, was this a PlayStation 1? Yes, PlayStation 2 and 3, you had the Two Thrones. We also have The Fallen King. No, that was a DS one. The Forgotten Sands, like I mentioned in the article, that was 2010, the last one that we saw. But even in 2008, they had Prince of Persia. If we're getting a remake, if you're Ubisoft, what if you have, let's see, there's 5 Prince of Persias. Which one do you go with? Do you go with the classic and be like, we're coming out with the first one? Do you remake the very last one in a series? Or do you pick like, hey, we're going to remake the one that was probably the most popular among fans?
I don't know. Ubisoft makes some really goofy moves sometimes. So who knows? They may take like the one that everyone hated and just be like, "Hey guys, it's back."
It's back. You love Prince of Persia, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Like I don't know how to feel about it because I mean I'm still kind of torn up in the whole point of like I just don't think it's worth bringing it back. But like if they remaster, bring back the one everyone likes. But knowing Ubisoft, they'll bring back the one that no one likes, and they'll basically be Kyle's cousin. Oh, I don't understand why it failed.
I'm trying to see if I can find Metacritics on here. Let's see. The wiki pages should have the Metacritics for it, right? Gameplay, plot, development, release, reception. So the first Prince of Persia game overall got about the PS2, 9 out of 10s, 9.5 from Game Informer. I'm trying to like see if there was one that was like, oh god, this is shit. The second one was kind of the same thing, like 8.6. There were a couple people that didn't like it, but you'll always get that with games. Aggregated scores here, about 86 for Two Thrones. 2008 was, Edge gave it a 5 out of 10. It might be Forgotten Sands that was the worst one. Yeah, Forgotten Sands. So probably if we're going off of what you think, we're just going to get a Forgotten Sands remake, and people are going to be like, no, that's not the one I want. But I'm intrigued. Being a Prince of Persia fan, not having the game since, the last time I played it, 2010, I was 20 years old and in college, to where now 10 years later, I'm intrigued to go back to it, but yet again, I'm nervous of the fact of, like you said, do we need a Prince of Persia remake? And I don't want it to be, remade unless it's going to blow my socks off. Obviously, everyone's going to be under that. You don't want a game from your past remade and it to be shit, and you just be like, well, the nostalgia's there, but man, I really wish this game was better, but we'll have to wait and see next Thursday what we get. Soapy, moving on, next thing we've got Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer footage leaked. So this is from IGN. The multiplayer footage appears to have been accidentally streamed on Twitch by user Doug is Raw for around 7 minutes, with a 4-minute segment of that stream being captured and circulated online. It is gone now. I looked for it. It's gone. However, IGN's got you covered. They've got a little text for us, Soapy. They say, there's a lot to glean from the footage of the 6v6 VIP escort match, which takes place on a new map set in Miami and follows Doug is Raw as they attempt to stop the enemy VIP from reaching the extraction point. Here's everything we noticed. Number 1, the 5 starting classes are Stealth Ops, Point Man, Grenadier, Fire Support, and Double Agent. Weapons have 5 attachment slots and level-based progression. Some weapons shown in the footage include the XM4 and AK-74U, the M16, and the Gallo SA-12 shotgun. Every loadout has a tactical, lethal, and field upgrade slot, which is filled by the field mic equipment in this footage. Perks include Tactical Mask, Flak Jacket, Quartermaster, Scavenger, Ninja, and Ghost. Every loadout has a wildcard slot that lets player modify their loadout. One custom class features a wildcard called Perk Greed, which appears to let players take 2 perks per one selection. Another wildcard called Danger Close looks as if it provides double tactical and lethal grenades. It looks like multiplayer maps open with a quick cinematic. In this case, the team jumps out of a van. Players only have 1 life each and can be incapacitated and revived in VIP Escort. The match ends when a team wins 4 rounds. Each player has a visual health bar that gets depleted as they are shot. The 2 fractions in this particular mission are known as CIA and DGI. The round ends with a montage of the best play of the game. Soapy, I know that was a lot. Any takeaways from this? Because I've got one big one.
I mean, that sounds like the whole thing is like I've said before.
Sounds
like
like
I
a
haven't
Call
played
of
a Call of
Duty
Duty game in a while. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Call of Duty.
The big one for me is the health bar. I can't remember unless Modern Warfare, because I don't even remember in Modern Warfare, I don't remember there being a health bar, unless I'm wrong. It was always like you got shot. The Warzone, I think Warzone was the only one that had a health bar. Like multiplayer was usually you got shot, your screen got red, and then you had to hide so that you could be like, okay, like, unless I'm stupid and I'm forgetting multiplayer, like, I don't remember a health bar that was not Warzone.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I don't think they've ever done health bars, but once again, it's also I haven't played since like Black Ops 2, so got no idea.
I mean, multiplayer wise, it like everything else, it sounds like a Call of Duty game. Like everything with it, it's like I almost am nervous of like, okay, is it just gonna be that we're in Miami and their new locations that blow me away? But at the same time, it's like, should I even think that way? Because I should know going in, it's a Call of Duty game. I should know what I'm getting.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, like, I never expect, like, Call of Duty to basically rock the boat too much of anything. It's more or less of just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we're getting the cookie cutter format of this is what you get. Like it or not, suck it up. This is Call of Duty.
Yeah. Moving on, though, because not a lot to that. We'll move into This is Joe Scribbles, Gotham Knights Heroes, different combat styles. We actually get them explained, Soapy. So we talked about Gotham Knights. You and I both excited for the game. Here's a little snippet from creative director Patrick Redding that kind of clears things up. He says, Red Hood is a brutal brawler with a focus on gunplay. Nightwing's acrobatics lead to a more aggravated of style of fighting. While the current Robin favors stealth with a dab of hand at using status effects to disrupt enemies. And Batgirl, she combines laser-focused, targeted, and efficient melee fighter approach with a lot of resilience and the ability to weaponize her environment using hacking, says Redding. After hearing this, Soapy, I knew that they would be different styles. Does this kind of clear up some of the doubt that we had of like, oh, are these 4 characters going to be unique, or are they just going to be different clones of themselves?
I mean, I think they're gonna find some way for them to all be unique because obviously, like, you have to make like Red Hood feel different than Robin.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find ways of it's like, for instance, like every iteration of Robin has been different than each other. Because like I almost wonder, and I mean, obviously, this is more or less of just I don't think they'll actually do this. So, like, oh, who is the current Robin? I don't remember his name. I wanted to say Tim Drake, but I don't think that's what his name is.
Some of them have Tim Drake, otherwise Damian Wayne. Bruce Wayne's son with Talia has also been Robin. Just depends on what Robin they use between those two.
Yeah, well, because it's, for instance, if it's Tim Drake's probably the smartest Robin. Because he kind of deduced who Batman was, even though he basically is the oldest trick in the book of have you seen Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same room as each other? And everyone's like, wow, I never thought about it like that.
But to go with that of like, Damian Wayne would probably be, if you're going to play as him, I'm not saying it is, but if you were, it would be a more brutal Robin. A Robin of like, I don't care if I kill, I was trained by the League of Assassins.
Yeah, he basically would be just Red Hood 2.0.
Basically, with a sword. Robin. Yeah, with a sword instead of a gun.
Yeah. So, like, I think they're going to find unique ways. Like, I think it's probably going to be, like, if I had to take a wild guess, it's Red Hood probably is going to be more of a ranged character because he has the guns.
Yeah, but is he, though? When they say, can a ranged character be a brawler?
I mean, you can work the guns into the combos.
Yeah, good point.
Because, like, you can have it that, like, obviously, you know, with the typical Arkham fashion, it's like, like, just with the buttons, you could have it that, like, the Y button pulls out his goddamn gun.
Yeah.
But, like, if I had to say, like, probably what their different styles would be, I mean, obviously, I know they said it, but, like, kind of work it in of, like, Tim Drake may, like, have, like, a better, like, he may have, like, stronger counters than the rest of them, you know, because he's smarter.
Yeah.
There could be that. It's like Nightwing focuses more on like stunning enemies. So like how in the Arkham games, like if you hit B and like or B or whatever the equivalent is on PlayStation, I think it's like O or like 0 or circle.
They're
like,
shaped,
you do
Soapy.
like the stun move.
X, triangle, square, and circle.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't play PlayStation. All right.
But here's one thing I want to cut you off with, and this is what I've been thinking of: take Red Hood out of it. Between the other 3, is it just going to feel like, especially between Batgirl and Robin, when I was reading their descriptions, I was like, oh, so it's basically taking, because Batman's been all of that. Batman's had aggregated style of fighting. He's had the counters with the status effects and disrupts. He's also used his environment. Is it going to break it off then to where, well, if I want to use my environment, I have to use Batgirl. If I want to just go in there and basically use mostly my fighting style, but not be a brawler, I want to be Nightwing. But if I want to disrupt statuses and kind of be more stealthy, I want to be Robin. So it's basically, instead of having it all in one character, you then have to choose which version you want, like which Batman you want to play, but it's obviously not Batman.
Yeah, and I'd like that idea of where it's like Batman's the ultimate culmination of all of them. Of where, I mean, obviously, you know, Batman doesn't murder people like Red Hood, but...
Yeah, but I'm talking about Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl, could make sense because it's like, oh, they learned from Batman. Yeah,
and also then even with Red Hood, it's also he learned from Batman as well. Obviously, you know, he did basically get beat to death with a crowbar.
Yeah.
Wait, that was him, right? Or am I just really dumb?
Nope. Jason Todd got beat with a crowbar.
I had to make sure.
And then, boom, blown up.
Oh yeah, I had to make sure.
Joe DiMaggio's Joker, not a bad Joker, I would say. Of course, like Mark Hamill's like the OG Joker, but Joe DiMaggio's Joker, also Bender, did a really good job as the Joker in Death in the Family. Or I'm sorry, was it That's the comic. The Under the Red Hood was the animated one. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, I like how like they're going to make it feel like it's four separate characters. Like it's not just going to be, oh, this is Batman but a different skin. It's like, okay, cool. Like, and obviously I don't know if they're going to put character weaknesses in. Like that'd be something I'd be interested to see if they have it. That's like, oh, Tim Drake isn't as strong as like Nightwing or Red Hood, but it could also be like, I don't know. It's like Red Hood doesn't get like counter prompts to pop up or something like that. Like, I think that'd be interesting to see like how they tackle that type of thing.
Yeah, with me, it's like, it's great that we're getting clarification on it. It doesn't make me nervous or anything. It's just, I can't wait to get my hands on it kind of a thing, if that makes sense. Like, it makes me want to try these four characters out more than just seeing the trailer did.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is when I played this game, I'm just playing as Red Hood because I fucking love Red Hood. So
there will probably be some missions where you have to play as the other ones.
Damn, dude. I don't want to play as boring Tim Drake. Fuck him.
But
I just want to play as Red Hood and kill people.
But Soapy, we're going to end the show right there. Little shorter show, I think, maybe. Maybe my 2K rant went longer than usual. Didn't have my stopwatch on for the show, but otherwise, thank you guys for watching MVP Games Live. Wrapping up the week. Hopefully there's some news that happens over the weekend or happens on Monday, because the last 2 days have been really short when it comes to gaming news. But I want to thank you guys for checking out the show today. Make sure to join the Discord channel. Link down below in the description. Or if you're on Twitch right now, !Discord puts the link so that you can join the Discord and talk to everybody in the Real MVP family. Patreon.com/MVP vids is how you help support the channel and interact with the show. Want to thank our Patreon supporters, or our Patreon sponsors, I should say, Pat Hill and Philly Sean. Also, we record the show live on Twitch each and every Monday through Friday at twitch.tv/MVP vids. You can also catch the show on YouTube, MVP Entertainment. That's going to do it for Soapy and I. We'll be back next week on Monday with a brand new week of MVP games. Thank you guys for watching and listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.